Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Cooler Master Real Power 450 watt power supply. What's included in this package is an analog wattage readout. I'll go through more on this a little later on in the video review, but basically it shows wattage as it's being used and it gets installed in an external 3.5-inch drive bay. They also include screws for this and for mounting the power supply. Also included is a 24 to 20 pin adapter, a power cable, a user's manual, and the power supply. This particular product has a wattage of 450, which is more than enough power for today's computer systems. Now, how is this wattage determined? Well, to understand that, you need to know what rails are. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into voltages that your computer system can use. And there are essentially two different rails, the 3.3/5 volt rail and the 12 volt rail. In this particular case, the maximum output of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 190 watts, and the 12 volt is approximately 264 watts. Which is essentially how the wattage of this power supply is determined. Now, the 3.3/5 volt rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, AGP card, and so on, while the 12 volt rail is responsible for the hard drives, DVD, CD-ROM, fans, etc. Also, some might be interested to know the amps on each rail. The plus 3.3 volt is 20 amps, and the plus 5 volt is 25 amps. Now, this power supply is a little different because it has two plus 12 volt rails. One is 12 amps and the other is 10 amps. Now, let's have a closer look at this power supply. It has a 120 millimeter LED fan. That fan has a grill. This fan pushes a lot of air at a low speed, and that means it's going to be very quiet, around 20 dB. It has all kinds of ventilation holes right here. This will also help keep the insides cool. The on-off switch is right here, and right here is where the power cable gets connected. This power supply has all kinds of leads. It has a 24-pin main motherboard lead, as well as a 4-pin motherboard lead, and also 7 standard 4-pin Molex connectors, 2 floppy, and 2 serial ATA. Now let's get back to this analog wattage readout. Again, this gets installed in an external 3.5-inch drive bay. And I want to show you this as the system powers up, as it's being used, and as it shuts down. First of all, have a look at the readout as I power the system on. Right now I have a Doom 3 time demo running. You can see how it's fluctuating. And have a look as I power the system off. Now have a look and a listen to this power supply. This power supply does offer some real power. It also looks great with that 120 millimeter LED fan. It's silent. It also has 2 plus 12 volt rails, and let's not forget that wattage readout. Overall, this is a kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com, and while you're there, you can go into the forums and register. And remember, registration is completely free. Also keep in mind, you can find out a lot more on this product in the forums. And as a final note, if you love watching my video reviews, please help support 3dgameman.com. Until next time, take care.